It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position, and it's Thompson in at the center position. And that one's good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Love. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Well, and watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
Here is Harden, following the basket by Kevin Love, and Nene with the stuff.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And Beverly kicks to Anderson. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And talking about Love, last season was a tricky one for him. So much of his post offense was taken away by the Cavs scheme, so he just made up for it by averaging the second most threes of his career.
Here's Beverly. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Here's Smith. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
You know, for Kevin Love, last season was the first time as a pro that he's been asked to defer on offense. Not just to LeBron, but to Kyrie as well. You can bet he and Chris Bosh now have a lot to talk about.
Ariza has the open look, and Houston again with the bucket.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
A nice shot by Irving.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Rockets have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Here's Beverly, and it's sent back by Irving. Now Cleveland moving it up. LeBron is running. He dishes it to Smith, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Shumpert's checked in, and it's Thompson with the jam.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Smith against Harden. There's the pick. To the inside. Here's Anderson, and Thompson sends it back. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Ariza. Pushing it up for the finish, and finished off by Anderson.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Shumpert, no good. Rockets leading by 4, and here we go. Rockets running again, and Anderson slams it in.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Harden's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 6. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Moniunas comes in for Ryan Anderson. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for Patrick Beverley. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Rockets?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson comes in for Kevin Love. And Jefferson subbed in for Smith. Harden kicks to Moniunas. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Irving passes to Anderson. Jefferson attacking, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Rockets leading by 3. Harden outside. 1:09 left to play in the first. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. That's good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Irving attacking. Shumpert against Harden. Shumpert dishes to Fry. Outside Irving. Back to Shumpert. Good work defensively by Harden. Rockets have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. Gordon kicks to Brewer. Back to Gordon. The 3 ball. Brewer's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Anderson outside. The feed now to Fry. It's deflected. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Soft touch off the glass.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do.
And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
I go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to...
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't, but he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I just like the way they're getting out on the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Jefferson, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. Gordon outside. That's good. And it's a 10-point Houston lead. The Houston Rockets are built around the three-point shot. Make no mistake about it, they set a record for a single season in team-made threes. They have so many guys that can hoist it up and hit.
Yeah, and they all have the green light to do so. Last year, you talked about leading the NBA in percentage of shots from beyond the arc, and it wasn't even close.
The Cavaliers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And the Rockets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in.
To give you an idea about the Rockets and how often they are taking threes, almost 40% of their field goal attempts last year were three-pointers. I mean, they've taken the analytics to its extreme there.
Nene, he's checked in for Houston. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And the Rockets took a ton of threes last season and set an NBA record for the most made threes in a season.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson, he's checked in for Thompson. Dunleavy comes in for James. McRae's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. It's Williams with the drive. Here's McRae. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. They stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? Easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
McRae passes to Love. Williams dishes to Anderson. Tries to keep it alive. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Houston leading by 8. Over to the wing. Here's Nene. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Chris Anderson.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Beverly kicks to Gordon. They set the pick. Shot off the pick, and he gets it to go. Gordon's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook, really, when you look at how they're playing. They are having their way down low.
For Houston, they've gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. And it's Beverly missing. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Dunleavy, the pass to McRae. There's the dish to Love. No good with the triple. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Beverly gets to Ariza. Here's Anderson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Chris Anderson.
Before getting dinged up, Brian Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Monty Eunice is checked in for Nene. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Patrick Beverly. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. James comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Shumpert is checked in for McRae. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Williams. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Irving against Harden. And stolen by LeBron. Here's Shumpert. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
LeBron James on the wing, covered by Brewer. James dishes to Thompson. Irving with it. 6 to shoot. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and it's Beasley in for Eric Gordon. Smith checked in for Cleveland. Irving kicks to Fry. Smith on the wing. So nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's LeBron, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, you know, that's a natural progression for any player, even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
And it's blocked. Now Beasley, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Monty Eunice. Here's Capella. And Harden wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Rockets lead by 10.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Passes to Capella. And he elevates with a slam. Thompson did not like that.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now. And so we conclude the first half. Rockets on top. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you.